Good morning, dear friends. How are you all? Hope you are fine. This is your social study teacher, Mr. Ismail. Welcome back to our social study chapter. The chapter name is Advent of Europeans to India. Whereas in the previous class we have discussed about maximum dramas. The drama related to the combination of the forces. In the previous class we have noticed that Chanda Sahib released from the jail, the duplex or the French governor to whom we can call, he released Chanda Sahib from the jail and he started to give a complete support to Chanda Sahib for attack on the Anwaruddin and capture the Carnatic. And not only the duplex he has supported to Chanda Sahib, even the duplex is supported to Muzaffar Jung. Because duplex knew very well the Muzaffar Jung is the enemy of Nasir Jung and Hyderabad now it is into the clash. So if I am supporting the Muzaffar Jung, one who is a little stronger than the Nasir Jung, then definitely Muzaffar Jung will be the ruler of Hyderabad. So with this intention, he supported Muzaffar Jung and Chanda Sahib. Now the combined force of Teen Ki Tikdi, what I have told you in the previous class, combined force of Chanda Sahib, Muzaffar Jung and Muzaffar Jung, Chanda Sahib and the French. All three together at first they attacked on Carnatic. And this Carnatic, it was ruled by Anwaruddin in those days. So they killed Anwaruddin and in place of Anwaruddin, they declared Chanda Sahib as the new Nawab or the new ruler for Carnatic region. And Anwaruddin had a son and the son name is Muhammad Ali. So the son of Anwaruddin, he escaped from the clutches of French, Chanda Sahib and Muzaffar Jung. He went to Tiruchinapalli's fort where the British governance was there. He took a support of the Britishers and he settled down in Tiruchinapalli's fort as a safety. And I told you to remember or keep in your mind about the character called Muhammad Ali, the son of Anwaruddin. At another side we can find that one side we can find Chanda Sahib become the new ruler of entire the Carnatic region with the support of Muzaffar Jung and French people. Now at another side, as the Chanda Sahib and French people, they promised to Muzaffar Jung, even they too will also support him for gaining the throne, for gaining the kingship. So now they gave a complete support to Muzaffar Jung. And here the Muzaffar Jung, with the help of French Chanda Sahib, he attacked on his uncle, he attacked on Nasir Jung and he killed him. After the death of Nasir Jung, even the Hyderabad is also fallen in the control of French itself in an indirect sense, because the Muzaffar Jung become the new ruler of Hyderabad. So at one side we can find that the French people were on the top of the world at this present moment, because what they were wishing in Carnatic region, it happened. They were wishing to kill Anwaruddin and make Chanda Sahib to be the ruler of Carnatic one. Yes, it happened as per their wish. And they were wishing to kill Nasir Jung and to make this Muzaffar Jung to be the ruler of Hyderabad. Yes, whatever they wished, it's got fulfilled. In later years we need to understand that whether it will be a smooth for the duplex or the French people or not, that's too important one. Because here what happened, after some days or after some years, Muzaffar Jung, he bitterly killed by some of the enemies. Now after the death of Muzaffar Jung, now entire the Hyderabad, it's become an empty. It was just like a kingless place. The king was not at all there on that place. So then the French people got an idea, why can't we call the younger son of Asaf Jah? And Asaf Jah's younger son was Salabat Jung. They declared him as the new ruler of Hyderabad, but totally hook or crook, they just want to maintain the Hyderabad in their control. French people. So in later years, what are the changes are going to take place and all that, all the things we are going to be find it out in the second Carnatic war. My dear children, please remember a thought, what you sow that you reap. Madidunna maraya anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So here Muzaffar Jung killed Nasir Jung and he became the ruler. What about Muzaffar Jung? He too was also killed by somebody else. Salabat Jung became the ruler. Why he need to struggle that much by keeping his entire the life into risk and all? He hardly ruled over Hyderabad only for the 2 years. Hardly he ruled over Hyderabad only for the 2 years. Muzaffar Jang. Let the things to be move ahead. This is all the part of the past. We'll concentrate towards the present topic. I mean to say the topic of today's, that's Second Carnatic War. The Second Carnatic War, it started in the year 1749 and it's ended in the year 1754. Then what are the dramatic changes have taken place in the Second Carnatic War? Let us see that. In the change of circumstances, the French made Salabat Jung as the new ruler of Hyderabad. As already we have discussed. What's the circumstances? The ruler of Hyderabad, Muzaffar Jung, was killed by somebody else or by his enemies. So in place of Muzaffar Jung, they need to appoint a ruler. So therefore they had decided to take a younger son or the second son of Asad Jah. His name is Salabat Jung. Then what about the first son? Who was that? Nasir Jung. He already died by the hands of Muzaffar Jung. So therefore only a son was remained for the Asad Shah. So that's Salabat Jung. The French people declared Salabat Jung as the new ruler of Hyderabad. Then what happened? And after some time, after some time, an officer named Bussy. Don't call it as a Bussy. Bussi. The pronunciation should be Bussy. Okay. The spelling and all, don't go with that. The pronunciation should be in a Bussy manner itself. So an officer called Bussy. Actually this Bussy, he is an officer of the Britishers. He just took a support of French people and he went in against of the Britishers. So somehow else the Britishers were just waiting for a certain time for killing the Bussy. So then the Bussy has decided to take a support or take a help of the French, and he started to stay in the Hyderabad. So French people, they are ready for supporting the Bussy and they gave him a shelter at the place called Hyderabad. Now the Bussy, he is stationed at the place called Hyderabad. Meanwhile, another drama it has taken place by the French people, because in France, or the government of the French, which was located in the France, so then they called back Dupleix towards their place. They called him towards the France. See, when they come to know that in India everything is going very perfectly, Hyderabad is in our control, then again Carnatic is also in our control, then what's an essential? Remaining officers will be there to look after that. So Dupleix, you just come back. So this was the word of that. But I think that this is only the greatest mistake which the French people have committed in those days. They should not call back, or they should not made this Dupleix to return back towards the France. So here when the Dupleix went back, or when he turned back towards the France, here the British people, they got a complete strength to fight against French. Then what happened? The Britishers declared, or Britishers invited a military officer. Initially this military officer was a clerk under the British government, but because of his strength, because of his bravery, because of his knowledge, because of his intelligence, the Britishers declared him as the military commander. In later years he has become the governor for Governor General for the military force and military force of England. Many things are there about this person, and I can say that he is the one who can give a tit for tat for the Dupleix. He is Robert Clive. So when the British come to know that Dupleix turned towards the France, then the Britishers decided to call Robert Clive, the most intelligent person. So then invited Robert Clive. Initial days, as I have told you, he worked as a clerk. Later on, military officer, because of his intelligence. So they invited Robert Clive, and the moment when the Robert Clive, when he has entered into India, at first he attacked on Arcot, and this Arcot was the capital city for the Carnatic region. Arcot was the capital city for the Carnatic regions. And who is the ruler of Carnatic now? Chanda Sahib. So Robert Clive's first target is Chanda Sahib. He attacked on Arcot and defeated the Chanda Sahib. Not only he defeated the Chanda Sahib, he imprisoned the Chanda Sahib into a jail for a little longer time. He imprisoned Chanda Sahib into the jail for minimum 1 year. He put him into the jail, and after 1 year, Robert Clive thought for a while that after certain years, when the Chanda Sahib will get released from the jail, he may do the same things of what he has done in the past. He attacked on Anwaruddin and killed. So he is like as what I can call that. He is like as a cobra to whom if you are hitting a little and leaving out, in a sense, definitely it can take a revenge against us. So better not to remain him alive. So this was the plan of Robert Clive. He attacked on Arcot and he captured Chanda Sahib and he put him into the jail. He put him into imprisonment for a little longer time, and after that he killed him in the jail itself. Robert Clive killed Chanda Sahib. So after killing Chanda Sahib, now at Carnatic region it's become an empty, because there is no king in Carnatic. Carnatic's actual ruler Chanda Sahib died. After the death of Chanda Sahib, who has to be the ruler of Carnatic? Think for a while, you may get an answer. Earlier, before the Chanda Sahib, who was the ruler of Carnatic region? Chanda Sahib. Sorry, no. Before the Chanda Sahib, who was the ruler? Anwaruddin. Now Anwaruddin died. So Anwaruddin had a son. Hope you are remembering. His name is Muhammad Ali, and I told you very clearly, remember this character. This is most important character here. So Robert Clive, what he has decided after killing Chanda Sahib, the Carnatic region, it's become an empty, and for that Carnatic region he has declared Muhammad Ali as the new ruler for Carnatic region. The son of Anwaruddin has become the new ruler of he has become the new ruler of a Carnatic region, and somehow else the things were going on in such a manner. Then after some years, the French people are realizing that yes, we have committed a blunder mistake for calling back Dupleix, so it is better to be send him back to the India. Now the French people decided to send back the Dupleix to India, and Dupleix he returned back to India. So when he has returned back to India, at a place called as Pondicherry, or you can call it as Puducherry, a treaty or an agreement held in between of French and Englishers, so French and the Britishers. The agreement says very clear, Hyderabad is in our control and Carnatic now it has fallen in your control. You can take care of the Carnatic and we'll look after the Hyderabad. In such a manner, the agreement held in between of French and the Britishers, Robert Clive and Dupleix, at a place called as Pondicherry or Puducherry, we can call it out. Now Hyderabad is there in the control of French, because Hyderabad's ruler is Salabat Jung, still is alive, and Carnatic anyhow it is just slipped from the hand of French, because Chanda Sahib was died, and after the death of Chanda Sahib, Muhammad Ali, the son of Anwaruddin, become the new ruler for the Carnatic one more time. So the agreement it has held at a place called as the Pondicherry or the Puducherry, and as per this agreement, the second Carnatic war ended. But the war is not going to get end here itself. खेल अभी खत्म नहीं हुआ, picture अभी बाकी है. Still we can find two more major characters. Now they are standing face to face. From the French, Dupleix. From the British, Robert Clive. And the Britishers are never been tolerating Hyderabad is in the hand of a French, and the French are not at all tolerating Carnatic is there in the hand of Britishers. What will happen next? Be awaiting, and if you want to know more things, subscribe the video. We'll see in the next class. Thank you.